Alrighty, welcome back to. I'm just checking really quick. This is welcome back to the short-term tournament this weekend on the FTF server. This is to be between just Joyverse cosplaying as a Ziff, as the legendary Ziff, using the handle Scepter Ziff, and even sporting the bloody hamster uh, emblem. Gosh dang it! And Anoru against Anoru on the other side. So yeah, I mean our players can get underway. Whenever a Joyverse has been playing Spell Boost, Rune, and Discard Dragon, and Anoru will be on Loot Sword and Armed Dragon. So good, two different varieties of dragon, and then paired with some combinational decks of choice. And then we'll be able to see this game underway. It's also the Anoru seems to be a big fan of Uma Musume, sporting a lot of the Uma Musume assets in the game. Personally, I'm a non-alt art user, unless I don't know which card is the alt art. So I'd love it though. All right, so it looks like Anoru's gonna go first with Loot against Spell Boost. That is a very winnable matchup. He just has to go full ham aggression. The mulligan for this is very unconventional when you go first, and already I don't like what Anoru is doing. Chivalrous Bandit is not a card you want in this matchup, and the reasoning is that one defense is actually like the worst because it's really easy to get rid of. Yeah, so I would have tossed both of the Chivalrous Bandits. You really want Title Gunner and Octress. Octress is especially strong, although she is better going second than going first. So yeah, like the Chivalrous Bandit is just gonna get punished. Maybe the second one will stick. We can hope for Naru's sake. But yeah, here's Chivalrous Bandit out, and it's just gonna get hit with magical strategy here. Not the best outcome for Anoru and Joyverse now has two Chakram Wizards in hand. Draws with the magical strategy, draws an enchanting spell, which is okay. Not once again, not a huge fan of that card, but it is acceptable, and Anoru now is going to run out the Kagemitsu Lost Samurai. Probably better than running out another Chivalrous Bandit, although there is a case for playing the second Chivalrous Bandit. Like, you don't really expect to have it be sniped 2 turns in a row, but yeah, it's just a dead card in hand, and of course it's going to run it out, but, you know, like, could have mulliganed it for a much better card like Title Gunner. Joy is going to toss. I actually forgot what he tossed there, but it's just not the newest card he drew that turn, and then going to draw into a Sacred Bird of Wisdom, and that's gonna make these Chakram Wizards really cheap. He's gonna be able to play them for free next turn after Insight, and then like Insight into Meltina into Chakram is also an option. Is actually pretty insane. So Anoru is gonna make the best of his current turn situation. Deep Sea Scout Adherent combo is a pretty bread and butter thing. I actually probably. Oh, wait, he runs out another Deep Sea Scout. I don't know if I like this. Obviously, you have to play a bit aggressively. I actually think Anoru this turn should have played Barbaros. And it's just. The reason is just that, like, you have to play aggressively. Sometimes you don't quite make it to turn 7 in this matchup. I really don't, and I like to use Adherent in order to get a loot off of his seeing another follower evolve effect. So, given that it's almost turn 5 and he doesn't have Maximus yet, I would have thought about holding on to the Adherent for Anoru. So now Joy plays Insight for turn, has a bajillion cards in hand. Meltina into Chakram is the most likely pattern here. Draws Angel's Blessing, so he's going to be kind of encouraged to not use his Evo points here. But there are two, he is looking at 2 different Deep Sea Scouts, so probably, and given Anoru's hand size, Joy does have to get rid of them. So it looks like he's going to evolve the Chakram Wizard. That's interesting. I would have thought about evolving the Meltina instead, because the Bumpkin doesn't really represent that much of a threat. Yeah, and then that would put another Meltina back in his hand, which is like, he does need to do a little bit of drawing, and the Maximus off the top for Anoru should just play Maximus this turn. That is his best play on turn 5 in like every situation. Okay, there we go. Maximus is going to get the last Chivalrous Bandit out of his deck, along with another Kagemitsu. That is, the Kagemitsu is probably the worst pull he could have gotten, because you cannot double up on Kagemitsu's last word effect, unfortunately. And in fact, Anoru is just going to keep Kagemitsu in play. Often you would trade him off, but I would have liked to see Anoru use an Evo point there. Even though it makes Angel's Blessing better, I think it's more important to get loots from your adherent. And since Joy had left Anoru with an adherent in play, should take advantage of that. Well, paying off here though, with Joy not getting the Angel's Blessing value. But honestly, like I don't know. I think it's too slow to play around Angel's Blessing. If they play full cost when they have so many cards in hand, then like Joy could have also played Meltina there. Like it is what it is, right? Like, so yeah, I mean, I don't even know why he led off with the Angel's Blessing, but that's yeah, it is a play. Very, very interesting plays all around here. Second Chakram Wizard Evo was going to drop the spell boost cards in Joy's hand to almost nothing. He could even jam out a Semael this turn, although that is a bit early. Likely going to hold on to the Semael. Meltina is... Yeah, I think you hold on to the... Oh my goodness, no, he's going in. I don't know if I like this. This is because, like, he's not under threat right now. I mean, okay, this Kagemitsu is a bit of a dud, and like doing your damage in like a half-cooked fashion like this is kind of just asking for trouble, especially leaving a Storm Bane follower in play against Octris. Octris obviously can... I don't know if Barbaros is the play here. I think I would have preferred Octris. Octris can clear this just fine, and then you can do some fusions or use Chivalrous Bandit. This is definitely going to be less healing, and this would have been a good time for Anoru to set up the and yeah, no refund on Barbaros is really pricey. I'm not a fan of this line. And I think Anoru might end up getting punished. Ooh, also using the flag very early. Rune has a good amount of healing. So, all right, now Joy is going to Chakram into likely Meltina's kind of awkward because now Uranus doesn't have a trade target. So he's going to lose some damage if he uses Meltina here. But both of these players are playing this matchup in a very unconventional fashion. Okay, but Joy does get the Sacred Bird of Wisdom. That is a very nice pull. One line here is Mari into Sacred Bird. He did recover the Evo point with the Meltina, so he could probably evolve his Chakram Wizard here now. Yep, that is probably the play. Oh, now he evolves Meltina to put her back in hand. I don't know if that makes any sense. Joy now only has 12 cards left in deck. So, let's see. Puts her back in hand with 2 spell boosts. Mari makes that 3. He's trying to activate his Uranus, but I don't think there's a turn 7 activation for double Uranus. So it is 2 Uranus only. Okay, now it is back to Anoru's turn. He's got Octris. I mean, you've got to play Octris here. You have no cards in hand, Anoru. Octris Evo is kind of how you recover from that. Ultimate Hollow also would be good to play to heal up, because you've been given the opportunity to heal up part of the damage. Okay, so now Octris is going to yoink Mari's last word. That is not impactful at all because there are no spell boost targets in Anoru's deck. Let's see what Anoru does here. He's going to play the Ultimate Hollow and now fuse at least 1 goblet. Fusing 1 and likely going to... I assume he's going to goblet his own face. No, it's fine. Okay, not gobleting face is also fine here. But yeah, like this would have been a lot stronger last turn and would have cleared just fine. I think Anoru could actually be winning had he set this up last turn, but it is what it is. And now Joy draws an Orchestral Mage. That is really strong, but does run into the, especially with one Octress used here, that means Anoru is less likely to have an Octress. Steal Orchestral Mage's ability, which is always a threat. And does Joy have lethal here? 5, 8, 4. Off by 4, it looks like, but it is a setup into the Uranus's in hand. Did I miscount? I am pretty sure it's off by... Okay, it's off by 2. But these Uranus are going to make it pretty hard for Anoru to deal with any of this. This is going to knock Anoru down to 2. Joy heals back up to 20, and Anoru just has nothing in hand to solve this problem here. Stormrack first mate for Anoru is gonna be able to clear the board here, but well, actually, if Anoru clears the board and leaves nothing on the board, he has to leave none of his own followers on the board, which is possible with Stormrack first mate. Then he can survive the double Uranus. So let's see how he does this. Trades in the... Can he do this? I am not sure because he needs to... He has 5 play points. That is 10 attack worth of clear power, and he uses the necklace? I guess that doesn't really change anything. Okay. Now he has to trade... Okay, so he could trade in Stormrack first mate into the Orchestral Mage, and then use Remnant of Hollow to full clear. That looks like what he's doing. Maybe he's making another pirate, but he has to trade off the Stormrack first mate, and I think he's realized it, so that's really nice to see. No! Oh, wait, that's fine, that's fine. That is a follower that Uranus would have to banish. Okay, never mind. I overreacted. I am sorry. Now Joy... Oh, but Joy finds the last Orchestral Mage in his deck, but he's not quite capable of delivering lethal just yet? Does Anoru have a chance with any draws in his deck, though? I don't think Anoru has anything that... Oh, but the Meltina recovers an Evo point, and that is going to be lethal. So that is going to be game 1 to Joy, and I think it really came down to that turn 6 Barbaros from Anoru. Anoru had a perfectly winnable game there with an Octress Evo, but using Barbaros there instead was just way too expensive and used up a win condition. So it was, yeah, it was definitely just not the best play. And the Chivalrous Bandit keep was definitely a little suspicious as well. Yeah. But that's gonna be game 1 to Joy. Loot Sword, definitely a tricky deck to pilot. You have a lot of optimizations you have to make all the time. But we're gonna move on to game 2. Whenever we are ready. Whenever our players are ready, we can move on to game 2. Alrighty, so game 2 is going to be discarded against Loot, and Joy gets to go first with Dragon, which is a very strong. Always. Oh, he's playing Masamune, which is not a usual choice in the deck. It was like an early tech, but it's too easy to play around. Wait, Anoru is tossing Metatron going second. No, no way, dude. He might be thinking this is Arm Dragon, but it doesn't matter. No matter what matchup you're in, Metatron is like your best card, and Joy has the 1-2-3 combo for Argente here. Okay, but Anoru has 2 adherents. I okay. So Anoru does have the Chivalrous Bandit into a Nomadic Conductor here, which is like okay. Yeah. And that means he's gonna have a play into the Argenta turn 3 that Joy wants to play. Although Joy drawing Norum Blanc is gonna be able to punish this line from Anoru. Oh, but like tossing Metatron and keeping Stormrack first mate going second, I really don't like. I don't know. Okay, so now Joy has... Oh, Joy also has the Dragon Newt's Might. I wonder if he's going to use Norum Blanc here. It looks like he's going to use Norum Blanc to trade off this Adherent. Yeah, that's okay. It's like... I mean, it's a good play in this situation, and like that's why I didn't... this is another reason I didn't like the turn 1 Adherent from Anoru. I just like didn't have an obvious way to use it. And like, what does he do now? Yeah, this game already looks really bad for Anoru. Adherent into Goblet is also like this is really weak. But I mean, like, what else is he gonna do? Yeah, I mean, I probably would have played Stormrack first mate there because that gives you a guaranteed clear on the Lumior. Necklace plus the Adherent next turn would be able to clear the Lumior, and that's definitely better than what's going on here. Joy is actually just running away with this game. He's going to Argente again. Tossing probably... Oh, tossing Phylene? There's an argument for tossing the Lumior there. Solely on the basis that Phylene next turn just means Anoru doesn't get to play the game. And that... So I really wouldn't toss Phylene there. And now, what is Anoru going to be able to do? Octress... Is Octress better than First Mate? I don't think so. I think it's First Mate. First Mate, Ultimate Hollow, the... Before Evolve, Ultimate Hollow, one of the Argentes, and then Evolve. Okay. Well, this is fine too, I guess. And the reason to do it before Evolve is just that you can then rush in the Cannoneer, which if you hit that into a 1 health follower, it's really nice. This is like the basic clear, but yeah, this is definitely not the strongest clear possible this turn. Although I don't know if it's going to matter at this rate. It is a very tough spot for Anoru to be in. Getting like some followers here is nice, but really we wanted to ramp this turn. Just because like Stormrack first mate gets way better the more play points you have as you play him. Joy is going to draw. Okay. Draws into a Drizzale. That is another really strong card. And this is going to be like way more than enough discards for his Lumior. I think he's digging for a Dragon Oracle. That would be very nice for him to have. Does not find it. But he is in such a good position here that he can take his time. The Drizzale basically is another free turn for him. But probably next turn he should use Silong. So basically he would be deciding whether or not to use Masamune. I don't see a reason to use Masamune here. And so then the consideration is if he has a way to handle Maximus. Cycles the Drizzale and gets another Drizzale. Okay, that is a pretty psychopathic play there. I don't know why you would cycle Drizzale there. If your opponent has like a really good Maximus board, Drizzale is definitely just your best answer. And she is generally one of your best cards in this matchup because Barbaros does not get through Drizzale easily. So I would probably not cycle Drizzale there. The other thing is if you are considering discarding Drizzale to Lumior the next turn, you do not cycle Drizzale. And the reason for that is if you already think Drizzale is the worst card in your hand, you don't want to see another card other than Drizzale. Okay, so looks like Anoru is going to just evolve Octress and make a simple play here to sort of get the Remnant set up. And if I were Joy here, I would just see Long, use the token, and Evo. Because that sets up a Lumior plus double Norum Blanc next turn, which is just like unbeatable. You are under no pressure here. You don't need to clear any boards. There's no lethal threat, and because Anoru is only at 6 play points next turn, there's just no combos, no loots. It's always just ramp here. Ramp, and then ramping to 9 this turn means, yeah, okay. This is the best play by far. Tidal Tyranny is fine here because that Evo point gives more reach, and you can just chill. It's actually okay to play Drizael here. There's no point in playing Uranus or Masamune. Drizael is playable here because the immediate discard with Lumior is going to be both the Noir both copies of Noir and Blanc, which means by discarding those, Joy wants to find an Argente and a Nomadic Conductor to play, so he can lethal the next turn. So it was definitely play the Drizael that turn. So now, okay, so facing down Dragon with 10 play points is going to be pretty rough for Anoru here. Looks like he's going to play a second Octress. I don't like this. I think he has the first mate here because he needs to get a lot of loots played and fused. The second Remnant of Hollow is already going to be pretty awkward next turn. There is the argument that, and then like his rally count is really low, so if he has to deal with Noir Blanc, Opulent Strategist is generally the best way to do it, but the way he is playing right now, he's not going to have rally count. So, like, while Stormrack First Mate is one of the better cards for dealing with Noir Blanc, the problem... Oh, and he uses an Ultimate Hollow and Gilded Blade, but he's doing this into a Lumior turn. His own board doesn't matter. So, yeah, I mean... No, there's no way. No, you don't need to Masamune here, dude. I mean, like, it's not even more damage. Yeah, no. This is technically a throw. You just want to get out as many discards as possible right now. Anyway, it's fine. Don't Augite here, actually. Augite is technically wrong because there's not that many cards left in deck, so Joy might actually need to use Augite to win the game. Using the last Evil Point Nomadic Conductor. I wonder if he's playing. Is he playing the Dragewood? He is not playing Dragewood, so he can feel free to use up his Evo points. Yeah. So was lethal possible this turn? It wasn't. It wasn't possible. Well, with Argente, no, because I think you need 3 Norum Blancs to lethal. Okay, so now Anoru has to deal with this board. Opulent Strategist plus one other follower would allow that, but because Anoru is not at 10 rally yet, he cannot get the discount on Opulent. It looks like he's trying it anyway. Probably going to pick Graceful Maneuver, which will clear out the... Yeah, but like that's full cost, so not ideal. This Graceful Maneuver will allow them to heal, but that's not a clear, which is really awkward. Anoru is at 7 loots now, but he's just leaving lethal on the board because yeah. So that is going to be game for Joy. And that's why I think Anoru had to play the first mate the previous turn. And yeah. Has to anticipate that he is going to get hit with Lumior and at least one Noir Blanc, if not 2, and have some way to deal with that. So that is going to be a 2-0 for Joy. Taking it with both Spell Boost and Dragon. And the really interesting mulligan decisions out from Anoru. They're definitely not how I play the deck, so it is what it is, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, it is a very challenging deck. But it was definitely like, both those games were winnable with what Anoru drew, so it's not like, yeah, so it is kinda how it goes. And that is going to be this match, and see everyone, later. I think to be fair to Anoru, I don't think he's familiar with the matchups at all. So I might be a little too harsh here, but yeah, that is going to be that. And I apologize if I was a little too critical. Um, and yeah, so that will be the match, and see everyone else later.